Hi, and welcome to Behind the Mic. My name is Cynthia Mwangi, and welcome to our show. So, people have this preconceived notion of who Christian women should look like, behave, talk, walk, and all those things. And with me on Behind the Mic today is a woman who I personally think is exceptional and definitely away from what people perceive to be a normal Christian girl. And I say that because I was one of those, okay? So she is brilliant. She has worked in radio, in media. She rides a huge, fantastic, beautiful bike. I would love to. I wish I could do that. But, well, me and fear of falling, not in my subgroup. But I am so humbled to have her on stage or on Behind the Mic this fantastic day. Her name is Kerry Kagiri. Hi.
Someone give me tissues. Yeah, like that introduction was so sweet. I just emotional. I feel so humbled.
No, but it's true, no?
Thank you so much.
Don't people have a preconceived notion or idea of who a Christian girl should
I have a lady
like?
who followed me. Who's like, you're a Christian who has makeup. So she followed me on Instagram. She's like, wow. I'm like, where do you live?
And like also, you wear trousers?
You wear trousers.
Yeah?
In fact, in my church, I do lead worship in jeans. It's a miracle, signs and wonders.
In jeans?
In jeans.
You know you have fast career to hell, yeah?
In fact,
You're on a fast track.
we had a 7th anniversary, on the 30th of July, and the dress code was denim with brown, beige, or white. Mavuno Lavington.
I'm assuming your entire church is ideally going to hell, yeah? Right?
You know, God is so concerned about our hearts. Like He's overly concerned about the posture of our hearts than the posture of anything else we can ever do. And I'm not saying we dress indecently or we don't look decent. Of course, it's how you carry yourself.
Yeah.
But God has never been interested in your outside appearance.
And
in fact, yeah.
Do you think guys get derailed from that? I don't know where it came from. I mean, I'm sure there's a verse somewhere about how you should dress, but I feel like we all got derailed somewhere in there.
Absolutely. And we give priority to, an outside look. Yet, it's good to look good outside. In fact, we are wearing, the best perfumes in the sense, to glorify the Lord. Hallelujah. Wanapaka Christian Dior, wasinuke ka heathens,
Juliani, yo.
So, yeah, I think the outside exterior should never overtake your own personal relationship with God and your investment in working out your salvation with fear and trembling. So don't have an opinion about how Christian looks. And actually, this thing that's trending on is it TikTok or Twitter or whatever, or Instagram?
One of the grams thing.
You don't act like a Christian. It's like Jesus ain't looking for actors.
Nope.
Yeah,
he never was.
Actors, so just prosper, live, enjoy the abundance of what Christ actually did for all of us. Yeah,
that's true.
That's what I'm trying to do every day.
Aww.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
You too.
Is this how you thought your life would be?
No.
Like when Kerry was carrying and trying to figure out, I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a dentist. Also, we'll get to there.
You were there.
Is this who you thought you were going to end up looking like? Or
no,
be?
You see, for me, my life is in total surrender to God's plans and purposes for my life. So I had this diary I wrote in when I was 16 during a function we had at the Kenya High. We were invited for a career day. It was by Fair and Lovely or something. No marketing here. But so they gave us these really cute diaries. And so I started journaling. That's when I picked up journaling. And so I had written, TV anchor. Like I wanted to be a TV anchor, like, thank you, this is the evening news. My name is Kerry Kagiri. These are the highlights. Like, I had this whole idea of what I'm going to be doing. And then, I, married by 25, 4 children and adopting 3.
Wonderful.
All these things were written there.
Beautiful.
And then God was like, ha 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 ha. He was like, we plan and God laughs. He's like, hey. It's like, wow, nice handwriting.
You got jokes, huh?
You even used colors. Well done.
And rulers and everything. You're like, oh
yes. And you were just
beautiful
like,
use of time.
Jokes on you. So I have no idea, and I love it because if you're completely surrendered, then you're not trying to panga tomorrow. In fact, you're just like, okay, so you wake up in the morning, like, Lord, what would you have me do? Who would you have me call? how would you have me pray? Because we don't even know how to pray. It's the Holy Spirit who prays for us. So it's like, right now, I'm in total, complete surrender. And I'm like, whatever you do. In fact, I made this audacious prayer. I told God, if you never give me anything else, up to what you've given me and who you've made me now, I'm grateful.
And that's it.
Yeah, I was like, if you never add for me anything, even if I never get to see those children, even if I never get to wear that white dress walk down the aisle, even if I never get to sit down on a TV, you know, and you know,
And
host news
that,
and anchor news or something, it is fine. You just have me do what you'll have me do, because I can't afford to live for myself anymore.
Are you serious?
I cannot.
How did we get here? 'Cause, okay, so let's go back to, going back to primary school is too far and high school is far. Let's go high school, we're in uni.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Drinking, smoking bangi, kissing boys, touching organs. We should sorry. This is that show. No? Why are we sipping tea?
Shalom, brothers and sisters.
Uni was wild. So I had this season where after I had given my life to Christ, now like ile for real, about Form 3. Because there's someone on this set who knows my whole high school life, so I can't lie. Yeah. So about Form 3, and uko mwisho, there's this girl, she used to push, like, come see you. I'm like, yo, me I know Jesus. Like, everyone's in Bible. Any memory verse, everyone's in verse. Right now, let's do. Any verse you know.
Something about the birds in the sky being fed and food.
If you dresses the lilies, it reaches the sparrows.
No.
If he feeds the sparrows,
there you go.
How much more will he feed you and clothe you? Then in Matthew. So anyway, I used to know every Bible verse. So I was like, oh, Dave, and see you. What new thing am I going to get?
Yeah.
But then this day I went, and literally, in that hall, everyone disappeared, and it was me and that preacher, and he was preaching to me. So I said, you know what, Jesus, take my life. By the time I left the whole school knew. I'm walking like down school, up school. Everyone's like, congratulations, Kerry. I'm like, news has flowed. Kerry Kagiri has given the... Okay, but my name wasn't Kerry in high school. Kagiri was there. My other full name, send me money to know it. So Kagiri was there. And so everyone stopped. So everyone was like, congratulations, congratulations. So that's how wild I really was in high school. So after this season of dedicating my life to Christ is when I got into my purpose. And really I had to share this part of my story because it's a huge part of my story where this girl put on this amazing show. It used to be called Kubamba. And I was like, then they were looking for a guest host.
Yeah.
And so I'm in Form 3, but I'm like, where are these guys gonna be? I went and met Njuguna Waigoro, and I was like, you're looking for me. I had to look for a guest host. It's me. He's like, come tonight. So I'm like, how do I call my parents? So I look for my mom, like, hey, mom, nimeitwa radio show, nipeleke. So she takes me, and my mom literally slept in the car waiting for me. It was a 9 p.m. to midnight show. And after that, those guys were like, actually, you're our guest host, you're our intern, you're everything. Wherever we go, they were, including Hot 96.
Yes.
We had a stand in Hot 96 with Mose, Kamboa, and, you know, that season 2012, amazing. And then Chris got me to do that Saturday, old school, and you watch. Anyway, that's drama. Let me not go into that part of this story. So, so when I transitioned to uni, I think I was not grounded because there's some things that we do that are sins. They're not struggles. By the way, struggles. Those are sins. So we sin in the name of I'm struggling with alcohol. I'm struggling with identity. I'm struggling, but you're just plain in sin and not working out your salvation and working hard towards it. So in uni, I just got carried away. I just used to kunywa. I just, like, I don't even know. Like, there's parts of my uni, I remember one exam. Oh my God, it was like a storytelling exam. So I did theater, arts, and film technology. So already that doesn't help because the spaces you're in, it's entertainment, it's light, camera, action.
Yes.
When lights are off, you're lost because you're used to stage, lights, action. So you don't have any identity outside being on stage, outside being on camera.
Away from the script.
You have nothing. So that was like an art. And during that time still, I was acting on Janine Abel. I had a TV show on one of the premier stations. I had, all these things going.
Yeah.
So off the lights, you have to still get a high somewhere. And so that was, I'm not making an excuse. I actually looked back and I was like, that's what used to happen. So uni and by God's grace, actually ended up getting a second upper class, which is just his mercy towards me. Because it's like, okay, fail, utaenda wapi. Usipojisaidia utaenda, like,
nowhere.
His goodness and mercy. Plus, I was also very keen on learning. I really enjoyed, the theater arts and film technology course at KU. So But many people who know me from that season knew this saved girl who was on radio. But now here I'm shikaing sherehe. So guys are trying to pull me back, you know, come and do this Christian show, come to the journey, come to which forums that are there. And I'm just like, I'm embarrassed. The worst thing about being a Christian and knowing your God is that when you do crazy things, shame pulls you back so much that you feel like you can't go back. And that's a lie from the enemy. God can't tell you can't come back. God is always calling us back to himself. He's always trying to draw you. He's like, I love you. Come to me, come to me. Oh, come to me, all ye who are weary and heavy laden, I'll give you rest. He says, come, all ye who hunger and thirst for righteousness, and you know, and I'll feed you. So this idea of shame really, really kept me away. So that was my uni. Uni, I couldn't sherehe. Alafu, KU wanakataza kabu kuingia na umetoka kupati. So you have to walk from the gate to Nigeria.
And I don't think people understand just how far.
Guy!
Yo! It's far.
Baka, one of the reasons I was like, let me cut sherehe kidogo. Kama sina gari. Because I want to tikisha gari past 11. So, sherehe will reduce.
Yo.
But I really, really struggled with my faith in uni. I really did. I was here. Then kidogo, I'm like, let's just have drinks. And then that time you're making money. Me, I used to have money. Nilikuwa nabaya watu mamzinga. They're just like, we
Kerry.
Taking them back. And and also now I had a complete Kairos moment as I was about to leave campus in 2014. Yeah, you can count my age. I'm 22. So in 2014, I had another call from God. It was a deep conviction. And I remember that it was a Saturday night, nimekula sherehe. Sunday, there's a pastor, Reverend Alex, a huge part of my story as well. He's a pastor at KG Mirema Church. Kept calling me to go to church at GAC New Beginnings Tome. And so I was like, umse amenita, sana acha tu niende. That day I was wearing some, you know, these dresses you literally go with to the beach. Because that's the only long thing I had. Wow. Na denim, na ka crop top. Like that was like my most decent outfit. Wow. And I showed up at church and I told God, me, if you want me for real, I want someone to speak to me directly. Nataka ani single out hivi na niongeleshe. Otherwise, umeniwestia time.
Simple.
So I'm sitting in church and this guy is preaching. And he's saying everything that my spirit is resonating. You know, they pull something someone says and you're like, oh yeah. That's your spirit inside you resonating. And so, you know, I went to the front when he had a call, you know, and I went. And he's like, no, young lady, there's something God is saying about you. There's a light over you and God is calling you to be a wellspring for women. He's calling you to do this and that and all the things that I've been doing up to this point. Even sitting here, by the way. Yeah. He spoke directly to me. There were people. I wasn't the only person. But he was like, he singled me out and he spoke and I was like, Sawa Mungu uko. Uko.
Exactly what you asked for.
Did it. And this guy was called Bernie. He's like not even... He was a guest speaker. Doesn't know me. Reverend Alex didn't know I was going on that day. Yeah. And so, so really, me, I know I've been chosen and I've been called and I've gone through a lot of persecution and I know there's a lot of persecution coming because of what my mandate is.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of Christians I know will never admit to half the things you've admitted to.
Why?
Because, you know, we're perfect. Hallelujah.
No.
Since you can associate and say, talk about your past, why would you? It's like you've been in the devil's snare. My God. You can't say those things.
And you know, every day it's something to work out. You know, then I used to struggle with things like alcohol and all those things. Now I struggle with other things. They're still very sinful. There's no small hell and big hell. I struggle with pride. There are times that even today I almost struggled with pride outside. Because the guy was almost not letting me get in my bike and I'm like, and I'm like, Kerry, who are you trying to model? So I told him, wacha ningoje mwenye ananikujia. And I was very respectful. I was like, Kerry, you have to model Christ. You can't allow, you know, that ati sasa haki yangu ama tuwila.
Do you know who I am?
You know, nimekuja kuinterviewa kwanza.
Do you
know?
know?
Nasaidia issue. You know, may God help me. And may God help us all.
Yeah.
We struggle with things like pride. I struggle with sometimes imposter syndrome. Because I'm like, me, I say I'm so little. Who am I? I'm nobody. Like, who knows my family? We're nobody. Like, many people, at least, you know, in my language, say, go Tokyo. You know, like, who are you Tokyo?
In French,
yeah. Greek. It's a mixture. So, it's like, Urapita dad, you know. So, I always, like, there's that syndrome that God has called you, He's anointed you, He's appointed you, but you internally, you look around and you're like, no, but God, Nani deserves it more.
Yeah.
You know that, those are really, they're not out there. I've also struggled, but God has delivered me from this, and I'm giving this as a testimony from offense. I used to struggle with offense. And that's a deadly sin. It's the same thing as sex. Like, it's even just maybe worse, because it's a deadly sin where ulikosewa, mimi nitakana hiyo makosa. And then you come here and you say, forgive us as we forgive others. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, the kingdom come, thy will be done.
But just not forgiving.
Yeah, and me myself, I can't forgive others. Yet it's a conditional thing that I must forgive others so that I can be forgiven.
Yes.
So there are so many sins we still struggle with every day, and that's why we're in a process of sanctification. So hakuna mtu amefika. They are men of God. They don't do all these things. They walk in holiness, but they are prideful. And women of God. And it's a deadly sin. It's part of the 7 deadly sins. So to see if Giria tumefika, and every let's not idolize one sin and put another sin. And the things that I've told God, like especially alcohol. Me, I don't know why. Alcohol just tastes nice. It just tastes so nice. Even like the worst one. It's just like utamu. But I'm like, God, take the thirst away. Because if you don't take the thirst away, me, I'm going to drink. Just take it out of my... Yani, toa your queue. And do you know what? I see God doing it. I mean, places of people are like, Kerry, see have a drink. I'm like, no.
Nothing. I'm good.
And why not? I honestly just don't feel like. Like, see, because I'm saved. Because I'm saved is not a reason. By the way, you can be saved and you drink. That's another whole discussion for another show. But me, I asked him, take the thirst away. Because mimi si mtu wa kukunywa ati kidogo. Mimi nakunywa chapa sherehe na simama juu ya meza na twerk. That's the point. But I'm working out my salvation. I'm trying to pursue Christ. I'm trying to pursue righteousness. I'm trying to, and I'm not trying, but I've been called to be a model in society. So I can't model one thing and do another thing. True. So I'm asking God for help every day. By the way, it's there's one of the discipleship groups in my church. I just want to shout them out. They're called Beat Your Body. You know, when your body is trying to ask you for something, you beat it. You pursue righteousness, you beat it. You beat the sin out, you beat the thirst out, you beat the sexual desires out.
Not physically, guys, not physically, just so we're on the same page.
By the way, unaweza kutandika physically. Kama imekata chapa, kata mkono, kata. Do whatever you can do. Hii mwili ni kitu ya dunia. Ni soul inaenda juu. Enda bila miguu. Kama hizo miguu ndio zinakupeleka kwa dhambi, zikate. Physically. So amputation.
Make people do strange things.
Do it.
So, you've left uni, right? You've done your show, you've left uni, you got your struggles, yes.
Yes.
And then you're clearly not going to be a dentist, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
My career just went. I really wanted to be a dentist. But I wanted to be a dentist for the wrong reasons. Basically, God sees our heart again. I wanted to be a dentist to revenge of all the dental things that I had gone through.
Wow. It was really genuine. Are you kidding?
Nitaweka braces.
Are you kidding?
I don't have a, is it like a premolar or something? Like there's something I don't have here. Let me not talk badly because I'm delivered. I've been changed.
So you moved. Now you're in media 100%, yes?
Apparently.
Yeah, great. And we are doing great shows.
Apparently.
We're having fun.
Yes.
We're preaching. Hallelujah.
We're going to high schools, loving on them. Yeah. We're coming for auditions at Citizen.
Then you do a career, quite a long career.
Yeah.
It was what, 10 plus years?
Over a decade.
Yeah. 10 plus years in media.
Yes.
And all of that was 100% Christian media.
Except when I had to sit in for
the old school.
Chris, the old school and sports show. On Saturday afternoon on Hot 96, 2 things I know nothing about. I just want to let me shout out my guys. Of course, they've transitioned. Can I shout them out?
Yes, sure, go ahead.
But let me shout out one person today, Michael Kagiri.
Oh yeah, true.
He used to come in and just have banter with me about sports because I don't know anything. I was like, I want him cute and you know. That's my content. Of course, Wahiga Maora used to come in through.
True.
Ben and Dog used to come in through. So that used to help me. And I don't know old school, so I'm just Googling MC Light. I'm like, oh, she's born on 2nd of July, I was born on 1st of July. You know, content. I don't know nothing. But I was a really good host for that show. I really enjoyed it.
But you have fun.
Yeah, so that's the only time probably I did secular media. And probably the acting, Trap House,
yes.
Jenny Nabil, How to Find a Husband. And being on stage, hosting events that are not necessarily Christian, but they're not secular. They're like award ceremonies.
Yeah, like and just the neutral, normal events. Yeah. And this entire time, you're still on part Jesus and just part struggles.
Yes.
But nobody knew.
People know. So people will see you. In fact, there's a time I walked into one of the clubs not too far from where we are right now. And so I was like, Kerry Kagiri, this is a Christian. I'm like, guy. I'm like, yeah, I'm here to preach to people, you know. But also, there's this, it's such a thin line. So your friend is having a birthday, and then you're too saved to show up for the birthday. I don't know, like for that's one of the things I've really been trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Plus, also people have an expectation from you as a believer, and what I ask people is, are you asking me because you want to be a believer, or are you asking me because you want to daku?
Pick a
If you want to daku,
Yeah.
go ask your mother. If you want to be a believer, let's talk, let's reason together. And why does it offend you so much with where I walk and go to? But I realize again what I said. I have been called to set an example for people. And in this country, only in this country, everywhere else in the world, literally, like you can go anywhere. You can go for dinner somewhere and people won't be like, you can go for karaoke, you can go for anything.
And there's no,
but
aren't you a Christian?
Hey, wanakoja tu kukumulika wakuweke citizen digital. Peter Kerry Kagiri, sing with Abu Baba. You know, like, what do you mean?
Because we're just sitting, minding our business.
Yes,
Yeah?
no, I know you. I know you. I am you.
You think we do that too much, especially Kenyans? Like, do we? I know one thing that we always say. Kenyans in general, we're a very hypocritical country.
Yeah.
Very. Because we'll say we're 80% religious, and then we're 90% everything else. We are the ones in bars with, like you name it, we're it. We're the masters of sherehe, as far as anyone is concerned. But when it comes to Sunday, we're like, you can't. But then mimi na pastor na bishop ndio tulikuwa ninio kwa mnyoso just in that corner, in our houses, in our rooms, quietly doing these things. Why do we do that?
I think, I don't have any expectations from anyone. That's the first thing I delivered myself from. Nikikuona umepitia struggle, let's talk about it, let's have a conversation. I don't think anyone should have an expectation from anyone because ile binguni tunaingia hivi. Hivi. And then also,
personal.
You can judge, but the problem with people who judge, they are judging from a point of they themselves are going through that struggle. Especially in Romans chapter 1, it's very interesting how we are so keen to point out. The things we point out are things we are going through, by the way. You will notice something you're not going through. You'll notice, na huyo, anapotea hapo. Because you know where you've been. But for Kenya, look at our fruits. It will tell you the true state of our hearts. And this story for 80% Kenya Christian, it's not that, it's just sisi Waislamu na Waindi. That's what it means. But like people who are genuinely pursuing and working out their salvation. And church is not for Sunday. Guys, church starts on Monday. Sunday is just a garage. Up more, it's called Apostle Mutesa from Uganda. He always speaks about this. And even has a book about it. Church is not Sunday, is a garage. It will say, dear, do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's the true church. Yeah. So people who come to attend church get fed. I don't understand, and this is a personal opinion. Take me wherever you take me. Siishi kwako. People who come to church to bench warm. You don't serve others. You don't serve your family. You don't serve anyone. Your work is just to come. You sit fat Christians. I'm against that. I think people should
how
use
we grew
their
up,
gifts.
right?
Yeah.
Unakuja unaketi ulienda church.
You're attending. What are you attending? Don't attend.
But that's it. It's attending. That's what it is.
Why are you
just
attending?
Attend church.
Please.
Not
church
participate.
is to equip you so that you can be able to use your gifts in the marketplace, in the whatever it is you are.
And actually use them in that church so that you're able to, it makes sense, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And minister to other people. So I encourage everyone. If you are in a church and you've been sitting, bench warming, backbenchers, find something you can do it with your hands, grow pole pole. As you are also busy.
Very, actually.
Yeah, so can everyone in every church find a way to serve? Because again, church is a family. We're not in church as colleagues. You know, like in a family, can you imagine people are not pulling their weight?
It would be terrible.
It would be terrible. Kila mtu anacha vyombo kwa sink na hamna
chill too.
So let's not do
That's
that.
life.
Let's serve one another. We're a body of Christ with different functions. Hii kidole kuna function different na hii kidole
Ikona function different.
kidole itakuwa na function high function. Capsule. So unaona? We're together.
Tuko pamoja. So speaking of this finger, that has a function. Praise Jesus.
Amen.
Great. So when you Google Kerry Kagiri,
the 3 most Googled things. Top three.
When you Google Kerry Kagiri, it's Kerry Kagiri, then husband, then marriage,
Boyfriend.
then boyfriend.
Age.
Age.
Age is vibe.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Online people are very invested.
Yeah. They are.
Yeah, very, very
Don't worry,
invested.
guys. I want to serve you.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a soft launch. When it happens, you guys are going to know.
Please
You're
do.
my first guys. You guys are my guys.
Yeah, true.
Me, I'm here for you. I'm here to serve you. When there's chai, you get it, all of it. So you know, I even talked about my breakup.
Yes, I know.
I did a whole, like, about, is it 20, 30 minutes about how my previous relationship ended in 2021. For 2023 was it. Like,
Imagine.
it's been 3 years.
Nah, but don't not struggle.
Yeah, no, it's a struggle. That's one thing, guys. I'm successful.
Hallelujah.
And I'm not saying it that it's new prosperity gospel. I'm not struggling. I have choice, and I'm gonna make it. And my friends, you're going to know about it. Me, I'm not gonna hide. I'm not gonna destroy you at one day. No, I'm not going to do that.
So a lot of people are not doing even the soft launches. They're like, mutatupatia mbele.
Hard launch.
It's just, no, it's not even unapatanga tu, walioa, na maisha ikasonga, right? But you, especially the last one,
Yeah.
you documented a lot of it.
I did.
We walked the journey,
Yeah.
myself included.
Yes.
We were there rooting for you.
I'm glad.
And then there was the breakup. We're like,
Yeah.
okay.
You
also,
know,
like,
when you're dating well, and that's my mantra. Me, I date well. I date for data.
yes.
As you continue to date, you realize hatuwezi marry. So mtaendelea kudate ndio Cynthia afraid.
Hapana.
Na forever
Unamaliza.
is longer
Where?
than the dating time.
People don't know that.
Yeah, so
They
we had a
don't do
really
that.
good courtship, by the way. We
Yes.
had a good courtship. I mean, we even got into a place where we did a course called Symbis, which is Save Your Marriage Before It Starts. Yeah, and so it's always better a broken engagement than a broken marriage. And I want to encourage people because a broken engagement,
Engagement,
it's okay. It's actually okay to realize we can't be together. And I think part of the people who do this very well, Ernest Wamboye and Waturi, they have a course, as well as Pastor Emmanuel. I mean, many of our friends is Ndoa.
Yeah.
And there's so many marriage enrichment courses, which you do when you meet someone who is serious. You should do a course together, talk about the real issues that come in relationships. And so we realized our styles were just so different. Me, I was willing to submit and you know, just follow my husband, which
Yes.
is what I'm called to do as a woman. But when you look around and you're like, okay, so what's the leadership? Where are we going? Now it's even harder. So I think it was a very mutual agreement. It was very hard.
True.
It was very hard. I remember that day, I don't know nilikuwa wapi, maze nililia. I was like, kai, as in nimeisha tu hivyo. Kai, and I love it because we walked in purity. I remember trending because we didn't sleep in the same room in our course.
Because y'all just went to Mombasa together
So,
and it's like, what?
Why are we supposed to sleep in the same room? We don't have
I know,
to.
right? You don't have to.
Yeah, we were dating.
And people looking,
And
people
dating
really
is for
don't get
data.
that.
Yeah. So actually, I didn't know people were this invested until I got, honestly, that day, I think I got like 12 calls from people who, some of them I didn't even have their contacts. And they're like, like, call you because you're serious. Because I'm like, okay, I didn't make my bed.
Yes.
And then I went to his room to pick him up and he'd made his bed. So I'm like, guys, look at this guy making his bed. So I'm filming his room, then I go back to my room. I'm like, look at my bed. Because they're like, what? Actually different rooms. I'm like, yeah. Because we are dating to get to know each other.
Exactly.
It doesn't mean we don't have a good time. It doesn't mean, and by the me and my ex, hata ile mambo ya kiss, we didn't do it. See, taste is on lips. And vice versa. And it's so honorable, by the way. And I'm so proud about it. That's what I'll say. And God kept us. I won't take any credit. God kept us. See, I had of feelings. Especially hapa usale okay, ovulate.
We?
Kuna kwa wada tu didi.
We?
Tunasema do cha.
We?
Omena. Do cha. You know. But yani, God himself kept us. And it's okay. When we realized we can't get married, it was very hard. It was very hard. But then now, kuna hii side ingine ya online in-laws.
Yes, we?
I knew that guy. Hata mwanzo alikuwa na kaje. Hata wewe Kerry, surely. Hata ukiangalia, you know, bako collect. Yani, you'll never satisfy online in-laws. Or even any in-laws. But we're not here to satisfy you.
No, we're not.
But it was so hard. I'm like, mbona hukunishow? They're like, don't show your time.
You know what I love?
I say,
Unajua honeymoon period when inakuanga. Yeah?
So, yeah, msijali. Mtajua, nikiwapo inside, I would say all of us, let's join together.
100%.
Let's come together.
Okay, so online in-laws have in-lawed, that has gone south. Then as we process that, right? We get over the breakup and we're good. And then, let me tell you, all of us just went through it.
Yes.
Yeah, we went through it.
Yes.
And then now we came out, we're like, praise Jesus. Yeah, thanks. And then we wake up one day and we're like, oh, so I've done my 3 years stint, guys. It's been real. Thank you so much. We're transitioning. We're like, sorry, who?
Why?
Sorry, what? What are you talking about? To what?
That was hard. And everyone was just like, to what?
Yeah, that was a question.
And I was answering and I was like, to wherever we're sent to go. Because even this, the last amazing experience I had, sharing the gospel, to many people, in a station that, ranking about number 5 all the time. Really, that's a really good rank. In the city, it was, what can I say? I honestly felt like I've done all I could, and there's nothing more I could do.
Yeah.
I want to celebrate God because every day there was someone's life being changed, or someone giving their life to Christ. I remember there is one thing that really stood out for me when I was doing breakfast. This lady texted and she said, I'm killing my husband, I kill myself, and we die. And so I just looked for a song for 12 minutes. I'm like, I sent some worship. It's a 12-minute song. I put it. I didn't care what pictures we had.
Yeah, because
we call this chick, because the first thing when someone is suicidal is to help them delay. So we want to create that delay. So called immediately. And then she broke down. She's like, you guys have called me. I'm like, yes, you're our business. That's why we came on air today for you. So I saw real impact. I saw real amazing opportunities to witness. But then at some point, as I was actually there for more than 3 years actually, but because I had like a probation period, and then now transition, then I was asked to stay in for at least another month to help transition. Because I'm not here to try and make the station fall apart.
Exactly.
So I was like, whatever you need for me to help you transition, I'm going to help and just figure out what to do. But I'm not renewing the contract. And I had a really good conversation with the bishop. God bless Bishop Callisto Odede. I had a great conversation with HR. I had a great conversation with my leader who was there, Dismas Makanda. Everyone, including my direct supervisor. And we had really, really sensible conversations, and I was like, guys, I can't stay. Us guys were led by the Spirit. Yeah. And even me, I had this hope that something was cooking, that there will be this opportunity, that because I'm so talented and so good, I'll just be poached. Kerry has left. That's the person we'll be looking for. I had all these ideas. But then again, I was like, God, now I don't have a job, and I'm a baby girl. Like you promised me baby girl lifestyle, so take care of me. It's August now, and I'm seeing God taking care of me from January up to this moment. And I've just gotten an opportunity right now. It's not in media. I'm going to be building relationships, an organization. I'm so excited about it. Please follow me, Kerry Kagiri, on my social media platforms to get to know who my new team is and what I'm up to. It's so exciting. Yes! To God be the glory, honestly. I feel so small for that role, but it's a role that I have right now. And so just actually being faithful, I got to do a few courses during the time. I've gotten to, serve more, be more engaged. I've gotten to create things that I never thought, like the Kerry Kagiri Cup, which is super exciting. And people are coming on board, and now I have to do more of it. Like, it's like, before we used to write a proposal, then you give funding. Now they're like, we have money. How much do you need? What do you need? I'm like, are you guys, like, this happens.
Nobody prepares you for that, though.
Nobody.
It's like no one ever.
But if I wasn't faithful to transition, I don't think I'd be experiencing what I'm experiencing. And when you clearly hear, and also you feel in your spirit that it's time to move, please move. Because if you stay, and I'm not telling people to quit their jobs, please, guys, that's not what I'm preaching. But I'm saying, if you stay in the wrong place at the wrong time, you're going to miss out on something that God has put for you. And so for me, it was so difficult. In fact, I'm like, no, I'm a great worker. I'm excellent. I show up. I do my best. And I pride myself. I'm a leader. I was born to be a leader, front and center. That's who I am. So I'm always involved. In fact, I'm one of my bosses when I was living in the giving like a Kaheri, said, I don't think it was a compliment, but she said, you know, Kerry, you're a pusher. You're a pusher. And I was like, thanks. You know, everyone's like, I miss you guys. No,
we like the double-edged.
The people who cried, the people who were like, you know, they gave me gifts and everything. But this was like,
you're a pusher.
Kerry, you're a pusher. And then there's actually one of my colleagues said, I have nothing to say.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much. It's like love and support.
Next, yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
So that's who I am. So I give everything. So, and I'm excited to do it. And I want to encourage us to do it. Don't just do your basic nafaa kukuja. Nani,
like just show up.
Nani yende.
Just show up.
Do extra work, serve people. Let your presence be felt. Like you're a human. Like hakuna place Jesus alienda tu alikuwa tu hivi ati nimekaa. Alikuwa anapita hivi anahilo watu. Anapita hapa anafanya do something. You could have been like, I'm the son of God.
Right?
Move. You know.
But alas.
He did the most. So let's keep doing the most.
Okay.
Yeah, so that stint on radio, I miss it. I miss it. But I'm just exactly where I should be.
And you feel like your heart is at peace.
I feel like, and that's the thing about when you transition as well. Thanks for bringing that up, Cynthia. When you transition, you have to make a move. Whether it's, you know, not only moving jobs, you could be moving houses, you could be moving relationships. Not marriages, relationships. Msitoke kwa ndoa, msitoke kwa ndoa, aende kwa ndoa.
Unless kuna shida pia kutoka ni possible.
See, unless anakupiga ataka kukuua. Take a break, muende mfanye counseling. Mungu anaweza badilisha watu, I believe. So there's that part where you have peace. And you know for sure, you're not struggling, you're not trying. You're not struggling, you're not trying. Funny story. This week, I don't know when this is going to air, but
this week,
but one of my former head of operations asked me to sit in for someone. Yeah, I was on TV. Yeah, I was on TV. Please watch that clip. It's actually quite exciting. It was an After Sunday Live on a prayer for unity. Please check it out. And I was having a conversation with the presiding bishop. With the Sitam Kitengela lead pastor, Pastor Erastus Oyando, and it was quite interesting. They just like, can you just sit in for me? And I'm like, yeah,
of course.
I was like, good evening and thank you for joining us. What a great conversation we're about to have. I was like, oh, I still know how to do it. It's been like 8 months. I still know how to do it.
Like you'd forget, yeah?
I don't know, I thought you can.
It's like riding a bike.
For real?
Yeah.
We will never forget.
Never.
Ever.
Stuck on you.
It's us.
That's it.
I love it. Can we be stuck on you? But
focus. And now, speaking of never getting or never forgetting anything, like riding a bike.
Yeah.
So you woke up one morning.
Yeah.
And decided. This
was a passion since 2015. I remember I was dating this guy who married and is very happy in his marriage. So let's put his marriage. Congratulations. You know yourself. So this guy did it. He had this beautiful community around the bikers.
Right.
Like this one day, one of the girls was arrested and we were on a date. And he was like, babe, I'm sorry, but we have to go to Langata police now. And by the time we got there, there were like 12 people. Else. I was like, who would come through for me like this? Nobody, except bikers. So two-wheelers, we might not necessarily we are all in love with each other. But if you try to do anything to me, and it's just like, it's not even a call, but even by the grace of God, as immersive as I am, I serve as the secretary for the Private Bikers Association of Kenya. So I'm serving a beautiful community. I love all two-wheelers. And if you're not in PBAC, please join PBAC because we have great benefits for you. So since that time, so what happened in 2015 is I went for actually called Hannah's baby shower. And Jerry Mwangi, Bonnie's wife, was there with her bike. So I was just like, can I sit on your bike? She's like, yeah. So I sat on it. I'm like, how does this thing work? I was like, I have to learn. Fast forward, 2020, I'm at home and I'm on a 1 week break. And I'm like, so this is my rule. When I'm on a break, I have to learn a skill. It could be anything. Cooking, makeup. I mean, I've done everything. Any skill, I just have to get a new skill. So I said, a week. I called Malibu. I'm like, sasa, ibeki inachukua how long? He's like, ina depend na wewe. Come, you know. I'm like, how much? He's like, hata kuna discount. I'm like, yeah. I was just like, I'm sorry. I'm kidding. So I sent him, the one, he was like, sawa. And coincidentally, we were like only 2 students doing that class season. Because it was, I think, 2021.
Yes.
2021, because I said 2021, 2023. Yeah, 2021. It wasn't so COVID, but it was COVID kiasi.
Yeah.
First day, nimefika, amenibadilisha gear, ameniambia niende na gear 1 nizunguke. I'm like, I'm riding. I'm like, this thing is my thing. Day 2, nikalan ku stop. Day 3, nikalan kuanguka. Day 4, right. You have to learn how to fall.
Yes.
And like I learned, and the next is like, wow, you're doing so well. I think you picked up. Kurivas name as Gwembe.
Oh, okay.
Hey, my friend, this is my reverse gear. Okay, tell us here. Do you reverse gear? So yeah, I learned, and you know, the next time I'm on the road, and then I've booked a test at of course, I went for upskilling, like next level.
Yes.
Which is, I went to Micah, he's called Modern Riders. And then, you know, just as a cool learn my other things, like just to upgrade what I've learned. So in biking, you're always learning. There's always adventure training. There's always, you know, mountain, you know, all this, there's always something new you're learning.
All the terrains, yeah.
Always. So yeah, that's how I started biking. Then, with the grace of God, in January, I got money to buy a bike. And then February 5th, 2022, I rode to the Bikers Spread Day.
Yo.
And I hosted Bikers Spread Day. Even this year I hosted the Bikers Spread Day. An exciting time. Thank you so much, Reverend Korir, for always hosting us at the Nairobi Chapel. And everyone comes. Everyone. Like Biker events.
A fool.
Like Family Fest, August 26th. Everyone.
It's just plugging, yeah?
I know.
Just plug everywhere. It's just plugging.
Shamelessly.
Just plug.
But our beautiful community. Yeah, and then afterwards I started learning about the community. So there's Inked Sisterhood. I've been doing great initiatives to help others. There's the Women Bikers Association of Kenya.
Yeah.
You know, always just helping out outriding cyclists. You know, going to plant trees in Narumoro. I mean, there's always exciting stuff. We have like events like the World Day of Remembrance, where we celebrate the lives of people who've lost their lives in carnage, not only two-wheelers, but so there's so many things within the community. We visit people. We have random acts of kindness where we visit each other. We have just a beautiful community. We have, you know, training. We have first aid training. We have, you know, just food, pizzas. By the way, we have nyumba kumis, and that's the most exciting thing. We have community. So if you live in a certain area, you join that nyumba kumi in that area, and it doesn't matter who you are, what size of a bike you ride, you get to meet community. So we have, I mean, it's just what I was looking for. Cynthia, you know, our life is lonely.
Yes.
Because most people you meet have an expectation. Unafaa kwa hivi, unafaa kuendesha gari na unafaa kuishi hapa, unafaa kufanya.
Uko serious mtu wa media?
Yes.
Like
in biking, it doesn't matter. We have the best anesthesiologists as a biker. We have pilots. We have all careers. Stay-at-home moms who just ride to go to the store. You know, we have teachers. Yeah, so everyone who's riding, usituone hapo tudharau.
Watu wazito.
Yes, watu wazito.
Just heavy.
In the community. So that's what I was looking for. And to be honest, I found community.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so I have to celebrate. I mean, many people. Miss Nyawera, Aisha, Jerry herself, Dindi. I mean, I have these amazing people who are around me. Even one of the new appointed captain for Nondis, she's Sinaida Aura, she's also a champion. She's a biker. You know, all these like exciting humans. I can't name you all. I'm sorry guys, I was trying my best to name most of you. I can't.
Thanks for trying.
Oh, wait. Oh no, I said any politics. But thank you all to everyone who's part of the riding committee. Thank you to everyone who's held my hand. When you're a newbie, you need people to hold your hand. You need people to walk with you.
Yes.
And people come to. Everyone at the time I was stuck on Langata Road, and I just panicked. But I just panicked and I was like, "Says it to make up."
Yeah.
Okay, park. Then I wrote in the group, Langata Weaves and Fuel. Thank you guys. Langata Weaves, I'm like, hi guys. I'm at Rubis na nimeogopa kwenda home. who's on the way, who's on the way, who's on the way, kidogo, hey, Mr. Wamekaa, tuende na kupiga escort, nani yako nyuma? So when you're in the middle of guys, very care, back on a free hand, because they'll protect you. So it's exciting.
It feels good.
Then I remember one of my friends, Tony Kiriga, making fun of me when we went for a longer ride. So we went to the bridge huko Naivasha, then we used the back route to Kaine, Thika, back to Nairobi.
Yes.
Exciting. And they're like, hey, Kerry ni wewe, wewe tulichukua hapo Rubis.
Alas.
Ukiwa umekwama.
You worked so hard.
Is it you? So yeah, we've outried weddings, we outried funerals. I mean, two-wheeler community is the best, and you always get support. If you're a newbie, you're struggling, please join a community, join Private Baker Association. We'll connect you with a nyumba kumi near you, and you find people wanasaidiana hata kwa job. Like, you can be stuck trying to go to work to a certain place. They'll be like, who's going that route? I know somebody. They'll take you. Or even if you live in Langata and you want to go to Thika, we can call the Thika Road Nyumba Kumi A2 or TRMK.
To receive you.
To receive you or someone to pick you and take you home. So it's a beautiful community.
It's really beautiful.
Yep.
Wow. I mean, you wish everybody else had one of those.
Please, karibuni. That's the new life in Nairobi.
I mean, it wasn't for the fact that mimi ndio mwili wa kila kitu, I'd have joined you. Yeah? Thanks. No, but it's true.
But you learn how to
like,
survive.
That's why I drew the line. Like, I really, really want to. I am tempted to.
I know people
who've
ridden over 50 years without an accident. Actually, one of the longest serving riders called Webman, if I'm getting his name right, over 52 years, he stopped riding because he's going blind.
All right. We shall not continue with that conversation of blindness, yeah? Thanks.
Oh wow. Guys, she's talking about me because I didn't notice her because I didn't have glasses. And I still don't have glasses, so I can't even see you.
But so far, I feel like you're at peace generally. I mean, most people would think you're disoriented, but you're fine. You're good. And people don't realize that.
I am.
Like listening to your heart and doing the right thing.
But it's God's mercy. Yeah. It's God's mercy. Honestly, guys, if you're plugged into the source, and I don't mean to preach, but He is the vine where the branch is. Imagine a branch, when it falls off, it just withers and dies. If you're not plugged into the person who made you, you're not plugged into charge to your cable. Simu yako itaisha charge. Kabisa. So you have to be connected to Him. I know many people go to God for the wrong reasons, and it's like an ATM. Oh God, I need.
Ukinipatia iPhone.
I need.
Church. Every day nitakuwa kwa media team ya church. Hallelujah. Nikiwatengenezea reels.
May God forgive us. May God forgive us. Guys, if you're not connected to the source who is your creator, you're going to struggle in this life. Yeah. Because it's like a fish living out of water. He's the main source. So whatever it is you're going through, whatever it is you're at, many of us are angry with God. God, you took away this. God, you didn't do this. God, you promised me this. God, I'm this and this and I don't have this. Yeah. Who said you're supposed to have it? We're so entitled. We're so entitled. May God forgive us all.
You woke up, that's it. For starters, like that's it.
Even though you slept hungry, I love this statement. Even though you slept hungry, you had strength to sleep hungry. And then you woke up, no, unaweza tafuta leo. Imagine.
And people don't get it.
But also we don't count our blessings and name them one by one. If you start counting, sometimes I'm so low and I have to start counting things. And like, God, thank you for my nose. It's like the prettiest nose everyone has ever seen. And you gave it to me. Thank you. Like, seen anything else.
Like, wow. Like, you have to.
And the thing about us, we're always living in answered prayers. If you look around you, there's something you asked God for and you have it right now. And not everything is a mess, So the enemy will always make you be blinded to see. And also, let's learn how to tell the voice of the enemy. The enemy will tell you, you're doing badly. Look at you. Look at people around you.
See, everybody's doing so well.
That's not the voice of God. It's not. Please, let's learn how to tell who's enemy. And if the enemy himself was in the throne room of heaven, who makes you think he can't enter your mind and confuse you?
Very fast.
He went to heaven and told God, hey, huyu Job. Anakufuata tu juu ya zile vitu umempatia. Wacha nene nimkanganye kidogo muone akikuruka. He entered, like in Job chapter 1, the introduction, Jesus is there and the angels are coming to report and the enemy is there. It's like, Satan, where are you from? From roaming. Please read your Bible. Read your Bible.
Of course.
You'll be able to understand these things. So then he will come and tell you, hey, Cynthia, look at all the people you are with in campus. What they are doing.
Yeah, well.
Hata huyo amepewa promotion. Wewe bure kabisa. Can you imagine? And that's a lie. You're not struggling. You're exactly where you should be. Yeah. And the only way you'll progress is if you grow.
That is true.
So, and the only way to grow is if you grow in Him. And He will reveal to you great and mighty things. He'll tell you, my life is like this. God tells me, and usiende Irubis, enda Total. And I'm like, God, why Total?
Like, Ruby siku tu hapa.
Yeah.
Dakika tu moja.
I go to Total. I meet someone who I needed to meet. And I'm like, hi. How are you? Kerry, I've been looking for you. In fact, someone just needs to see you. They put you in the bed. Ebu do this. Ebu call me at this time. Like that. God can also, if you're in the right place and you're rooted and you're ready, he can put Cynthia Mwangi's name in someone's mind in a boardroom. And they'll be like, we're looking for someone to do this job. And you'll be like, no, this lady Cynthia. Just because you're in the right place. But you're just stuck. You just want to stay depressed, oppressed. You're sad. Kambua said this, it was so powerful to me. Live from a place of advantage. Usiwahi live from a place of disadvantage. Hata sikumaliza campus. Kwetu hakuna daktari siwezi. Like, guys, let's shift. May God help us.
Hallelujah. Kama kuna mtu alikuwa anakuwa aende kanisa, begu ya 310 tunaweza chukua.
Mimi nachukua only 3,000. Guys, please msitumie 310.
Okay, 3,000.
I don't know how to count like 10. So it's 10, imagine for 90. That's such a weird number. 23,000 flat.
But thank you so much.
My PayPal is here.
Tutaweka namba hapa kwa nini subscription pia. Asanteni sana. But thank you so much, my love. Thank you so much for making time.
Thanks for having me.
Like, this was such a long overdue conversation.
Please prosper.
It truly was.
Thank you.
And may you prosper as well.
At the right time. Kuna information nimesema leo sikuanga nazo.
Imagine. Because hapo kuna vitu umesema.
Kuna vitu nimegrow. Pia mimi nimekuwa nikigrow.
It needed to be at the right time.
Yeah.
As you said, the
timing
right
is everything.
time.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful that we actually waited.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Please check out my YouTube channel at Kerry Kagiri on YouTube, on Facebook, on TikTok, across all my social media platforms. Like, share, subscribe. I reply to all DMs except Facebook. Just see joke on that Facebook DMs. Kwa page, mtu anangaje. Like seriously, niko ni karakanga messenger.
Anyway, guys, yeah. Yeah. Madam Plugger who just plugs everything everywhere all the time.
Follow me as I follow Christ.
Yeah, hallelujah.
That's the thing.
Oh, especially on your new journey.
Yes.
Thanks. Usijali sisi.
Oh yes! Woo! Woo! Your girl! You guys, your girl! Hey! Tumaliza show. Twende.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching our show. I don't think I've had as much fun as I've had this. Hey,
let me pull back.
I can imagine.
Like
I know.
Like,
Imagine. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Then you get lashes.
That's as you maintain. Okay. Like you maintain this sign out. Like sis. Like just maintain. Okay. Anyway, thank you so much for watching Behind the Mic between me and Kerry Kagiri, fantastic human being, and I'm truly humbled. We cannot wait to see how her life unfolds. And she has said, it is important that you maintain, of all things, have peace and follow your heart and make sure that you are plugged to the right person, your creator. Just so we're on the same page. Yeah, thanks. Right?
Well done.
Hallelujah. Anyway, remember you can catch this show and all the other shows, obviously, on Citizen Digital, both the platform and on YouTube. And you can follow me on Cynthia W. Mwangi on all platforms and listen to my show, The Morning After on Hot 96, every Saturday from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. And shout out to Longono Place Apartments. You guys gave us this fantastic place to shoot. Very humbled, and you guys really are doing a good job. Thank you so much for hosting us. Until next time, it's peace and love from all of us.